Does she feel better than braids though?
This federal RICO though on KK and Kris.
I would keep that one.
Ooh, the federal
braids
RICO
too.
I'm about to drop on Kris
personally,
and
I
Kim
think braids.
is about to be crazy.
What about this
I'm talking about, I'm on the news every day like, yeah.
They hella good.
Meaning like I'm gonna say a lot of shit, but
Got a little bounce, you know, you walking, what should it be? You about to shoot a
if
video?
anybody know Kim and cool with Kim, they need to tell her now, the rain is coming, the feds is coming. The feds are coming to investigate, yeah, because it's like, I can't be the dirty guy no more.
Ray J just went live and dropped a claim that has everyone stunned. He says the Kardashians aren't just dealing with drama or rumors. This time he claims something far more serious is on the way. According to him, federal investigators are preparing to come after Kim Kardashian and her mother, Kris Jenner, under a case that could shake their entire empire. He didn't give names, documents, or evidence. Just a chilling warning. The feds are coming. The rain is coming. But what exactly did he mean by that? And could there be any truth behind such a bold statement? Or is this just the latest twist in Ray J's long, messy history with the Kardashians? Ray J didn't just drop a casual comment. He leaned into the camera, looked serious, and delivered a statement that instantly rippled through social media. His voice was steady, almost rehearsed, as he told viewers, the feds are coming. The rain is coming. Those words hit like thunder, vague but powerful. The kind of language designed to linger in people's minds long after the livestream ended, and the internet did exactly what he knew it would: explode. Clips of the livestream spread across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram within minutes. Fans dissected every word, slowing down the audio, searching his face for hints of whether he was bluffing or dead serious. Some swore he looked nervous, as if he had revealed too much. Others claimed he looked confident, like a man holding a secret too heavy to carry alone. But the most chilling part, Ray J didn't stop at vague warnings. He told anyone who knew Kim personally to get in touch with her right away, because in his words, it can't be stopped. That line changed the tone completely. It wasn't gossip anymore. It sounded like a countdown. Now, was Ray J intentionally creating drama, or was he truly trying to sound the alarm? That's the big question. He never explained why he believed federal agents were closing in, never provided even the smallest piece of evidence. Not a document, not a screenshot, not even a whisper of who was involved. Just his words. And that's all it took to send the Kardashian world into chaos. RICO isn't just another buzzword tossed around in the media. It's one of the heaviest legal tools in the federal system. The racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations. Act was originally designed to take down mob families and large-scale criminal enterprises. It allows prosecutors to go after not just one individual, but an entire network of people if they can prove they acted together in a pattern of illegal activity. That's what makes the word so explosive. It's not about a single mistake or one shady deal. To even bring a RICO case, investigators have to show there's a structure, a system, an enterprise operating behind the scenes. And if that case sticks, the penalties can be devastating: multi-million-dollar fines, asset seizures, and prison sentences that stretch decades. So when Ray J casually dropped feds and RICO into his livestream, it hit harder than a typical celebrity accusation. It wasn't just a personal jab or a rumor about family drama. It was a suggestion that the Kardashians might be tied to something on a much bigger scale. But here's where things get messy. Saying the word doesn't make it true. A RICO case requires mountains of evidence, years of investigation, and airtight legal strategy. Ray J didn't show any of that. No files, no leaks, no indication that federal agents are actually moving in. Just his voice, carrying a claim heavy enough to shake headlines, but light enough to vanish if nothing ever comes of it. And that gap between the seriousness of RICO and the emptiness of proof is exactly what makes this moment so fascinating and so dangerous. For all the weight behind Ray J's warning, one thing stood out immediately. There was nothing to back it up. No leaked documents, no court filings, no anonymous insiders stepping forward, just a live stream with a few ominous lines. That matters, because federal investigations of this scale don't stay completely invisible. When agents build a case under RICO, there are usually whispers long before anything official drops. Subpoenas, court records, or at the very least leaks from people close to the situation. So far, none of that exists in connection to Kim Kardashian or Kris Jenner. Instead, what we have is a claim that lives entirely in the space between rumor and reality. On one hand, the seriousness of his words makes people wonder if he knows something the public doesn't. On the other hand, the total lack of proof makes it look like another shot in a feud that has already lasted nearly 20 years. And that's the tightrope Ray J is walking here. Without evidence, his credibility is at risk. But without clarification, the Kardashians are left in a strange position too. The longer they stay silent, the more people wonder if there might be something behind his warning. To understand why Ray J's live stream sent shockwaves through pop culture, you have to rewind nearly 2 decades. Ray J and Kim Kardashian weren't just a casual fling. They were a messy, on-and-off couple in the early 2000s. Their relationship was filled with highs and lows. But one moment changed everything: the infamous leaked tape. That tape didn't just make headlines. It reshaped both of their lives forever. For Kim, it became the scandal that catapulted her into global fame, arriving only months before Keeping Up with the Kardashians hit television. For Ray J, it became a shadow that followed him everywhere, turning him into the guy forever tied to Kim's rise. Over the years, Ray J has spoken out again and again about what really happened. He's claimed that the release of the tape wasn't accidental, that Kris Jenner may have played a role, and that the public still doesn't know the full story. Each time he comes forward, it reopens old wounds, dragging the Kardashians back into a narrative they've spent years trying to control. And the bitterness runs deep. Ray J has accused the family of exploiting the scandal for profit. The Kardashians, in turn, have dismissed his claims, trying to close the chapter and move forward. But the feud never really died, it just went quiet until the next time Ray J decided to speak up. That's why his recent livestream hit so hard. Coming from a stranger, it might have been brushed off as baseless gossip. But coming from Ray J, the man tied to one of the most controversial moments in Kardashian history, it carried the weight of someone who had been on the inside. Whether or not he has proof, his words sound believable to people because of the messy, very public history they share. And that brings us to the question: if this is personal, then what exactly is motivating Ray J to make these claims now? So why now? Why would Ray J choose this exact moment to make such a heavy claim? There are a few possibilities, and each one tells a different story. Some people believe it's about revenge. For years, Ray J has lived in the shadow of the Kardashian empire, a billion-dollar brand that, in many ways, grew out of the scandal that involved him. He's said before that his side of the story was ignored, that Kim and Kris controlled the narrative while he was painted as the reckless ex. By speaking up now with such dramatic language, he could be taking back some of that power, forcing the world to look at him again not as a footnote, but as the man holding dangerous secrets. Others see it as a cry for attention. Let's face it, Ray J knows the formula. Mention Kim Kardashian's name, and the internet will do the rest. A few sentences about the feds can spark headlines on every gossip site, trending hashtags, endless reaction videos. Whether or not the claim has merit, it puts him back at the center of the conversation, a place he hasn't consistently occupied since the early 2000s. But then there's the third possibility, the one that keeps people hooked. What if he really does know something? What if whispers about the Kardashians' business empire, about contracts and backroom deals, reached him through connections the public can't see? Maybe he's not bluffing at all. Maybe he's warning them because, in his eyes, it's only a matter of time. Whatever his motive, the timing feels deliberate. Ray J didn't drop this claim in a casual interview or bury it in a podcast. He went live, unfiltered, and let his words spread like wildfire. That choice alone suggests he knew exactly what he was doing. And whether it's revenge, attention, or truth, the effect is the same. The Kardashians are once again under a cloud of suspicion. And Ray J is the one holding the umbrella for the Kardashians. Reputation isn't just about image, it's their currency. Every brand deal, every endorsement, every reality show spinoff depends on how the public perceives them. That's why Ray J's words, even without proof, are more dangerous than they might seem. Think about Kim. She's no longer just a reality star. She's built billion-dollar businesses in fashion and beauty, and even carved out a serious role in legal reform. She spent years trying to reshape her image into that of a business mogul and a woman of influence. But when her name gets tied to federal investigations, even in rumor form, it chips away at that credibility. People start to question whether her empire is as clean as it looks. And then there's Kris Jenner. As the mastermind behind the Kardashian machine, she's always portrayed herself as the woman in control, the one pulling the strings. But in the court of public opinion, just being accused of involvement in something like RICO is enough to cast doubt. Investors, sponsors, and collaborators might hesitate, wondering if the matriarch has skeletons in her closet that could suddenly come spilling out. The silence from the Kardashian camp so far only adds fuel to the fire. To some fans, staying quiet looks like strategy. Wait out the storm. Don't dignify Ray J's claims with a response. But to others, silence looks like avoidance, as if they'd rather let the rumors swirl than risk saying something that could be used against them later. And that's the power of Ray J's livestream. He didn't need evidence to cause damage. All he needed was a few carefully chosen words, delivered with enough conviction to make people wonder if there's truth buried beneath the drama. Now, the question is, what happens if this rumor keeps growing? Louder and louder until it can't be ignored. At this point, there are a few possible paths forward. The first and simplest outcome is that nothing happens. The internet moves on, another scandal takes over, and Ray J's warning fades into the background noise of celebrity drama. But there's another path. The media doesn't let it go. If speculation keeps trending, if fans keep demanding answers, Kim or Kris may be forced to break their silence. That could mean a statement dismissing Ray J outright, or, if they feel truly cornered, a more direct response that reignites their long feud. Then there's the legal angle. The Kardashians have the resources and the lawyers to strike back if they believe Ray J's words hurt their brand. A defamation lawsuit isn't out of the question, especially if they see his livestream as damaging to their billion-dollar empire. Ironically, such a move would keep the story alive even longer, dragging it through courtrooms and tabloids for months, maybe years. And finally, the scenario that keeps everyone hooked. What if Ray J really does know something? What if he's holding information he hasn't released yet, waiting for the right moment to drop it? Even the slim possibility that he's telling the truth is enough to keep fans glued to every update, refreshing their feeds, waiting for the next revelation. For now, all we have is a warning with no proof. But in the world of the Kardashians, that's often enough to shake the empire, at least for a moment. Ray J's livestream might have lasted only a few moments, but the ripples are still spreading. A handful of words, no evidence. And suddenly, the Kardashian empire finds itself under a cloud of suspicion once again. The truth is, nobody outside of closed doors knows whether there's anything real behind his claim. Federal silence could mean there's nothing happening at all. Or it could mean investigators are working quietly in the background. Either way, Ray J has managed to inject uncertainty into a family that thrives on control. So where does this leave us? At a crossroads of rumor and reality. Maybe Ray J knows more than he's saying. Maybe this is revenge wrapped in mystery. Or maybe it's just another spark in a feud that refuses to die. One thing is certain. Whenever Ray J speaks, the Kardashians and the world are forced to listen. And whether this storm is real or imagined, the question still hangs in the air. Is the Kardashian empire about to face its biggest challenge yet? Or will this all vanish like so many scandals before it?